So Midvale, Utah is just south of Salt Lake City, and there's like all kinds of new businesses, literally brand new. The hotel we're staying at is 4 years old. So cool, they got these two parking garages so people can park their cars and take a train that we keep seeing, very quiet, an electric train that takes them to Salt Lake, so they don't have to drive all the way to Salt Lake, and it's probably more affordable to live out here. It's beautiful. It's a really nice town. Midvale, Utah. It is 94 degrees. I did not think it got that hot in Utah, but I'm learning as we go. The lady at the desk said that just 5 years ago, this was like mostly desert, that everything you see is pretty new. And she said down this way is even newer than the hotel. This area will continue to build. Look at all of that oil. That's what I think it is on the train. Wow, it goes on forever. There is so much construction and they're building like crazy. They're expanding. I bet all this land will be businesses. Again, the lady at the hotel was saying that where the hotel was just desert. And now it's packed with trains going by, parking garages, restaurants, stores, hotels, and going up as we speak. I see growth all over the country, but don't let that fool you. Now this is just my 2 cents. You know I like to be positive, but if you remember right before the last crash, everything was booming, everybody was happy, they had a lot of jobs, people were getting paid. And unfortunately this time around, you really never, I don't think, a lot of people recovered from that last crash, but you do see a lot of booming in businesses. But like I said, don't let that fool you. It's cycles. It just happens. Up and down, up and down. Crashes will happen every once in a while, or at least a big dip. So it's good to be prepared. And I know a lot of you are either preppers or just using your common sense and making sure you're paying off your bills and making sure you're saving up and making sure that you have maybe a side job or a side business in addition to your job. Do whatever you have to do to be prepared for whatever happens, either in the economy or your health or whatever. Things happen. It's life, right? You can't really see it too well from here, but that's Salt Lake, and Salt Lake City's behind us. We were thinking there must be salt mines here. Where we lived along Lake Erie in Ohio, there's mines under the lake where they get salt out of there. So this is probably just another location where you get your salt, your table salt. Morton's salt is right there on Lake Erie in Ohio, if you didn't know that. Your regular table salt. I'm not sure if they use this as well for table salt or some other reason. Of course, we use salt on our roads. We use that too from Lake Erie, right? Yep. Great Salt Lake State Park. It's only $3 to get in. Beach access, Silver Sands Beach. There's hardly anybody here, which is nice. Hardly any RVs, just a few. And it's pretty cheap to use, so if you're in the area, use it for a night. I said this in yesterday's video that there's no fish in here. I think there's some kind of brine in here. I see birds out there, so I wonder if they're eating the algae. I know there's algae out there. Or maybe they're just saying, cool, it's like super hot. I think it's 97 is what we said. It is very beautiful. The campground, I can't really call it a campground. It's just a little site. It's just a small little place, so it's great for a night, just so you could see this area. Gotta say, you saw Salt Lake City if you happen to be in this area. There's a bunch of little bugs, and we're not sure what kind they are. People this would be perfect for kayaking. Oh my God, spiders.
They're huge.
There's these spiders all over, tons of them, all the way out there. Ric's taking pictures. Maybe he'll put them up on Instagram. See all that? Those are all spiders, and they're huge. Wow. Talk about insects. This beats Florida spiders. Never seen so many in one place. So the building we were telling you about where they have musical events was actually originally built in the 1800s so people can come out and swim in this water and float like a cork. And then it burned down and they rebuilt it, Saltaire 2 it was called, in 1926. But then of course you had economic downturns, drought, fire, and so forth. So in 1993, on its 100th anniversary, Saltaire again reopened, this time as a popular concert venue. I'm glad it reopened because of its history. There's another spider. They're literally everywhere. I don't want to stay here too long. It's nice to come and see it and move on.
That's a black widow, I think.
A black widow?
Yeah, I think these are black widows.
Widow.
But they have red things.
Willow thinks they're black widows because they have the red. Because they have the red mark on them. They're literally, I'm not going to get too close. Let's see if I can show you. See that? They're everywhere. I've never seen so many spiders. You're right, Willow. They got the, oh, I'm going to go between that. Look at those spiders. I don't know. Maybe you don't want to stay here overnight. It's beautiful to see. But I'm going to keep moving on. So you guys are back from the spider hunt?
Yes, we're back from the spider hunt.
What else did you see out there?
We went across to touch the water, and as soon as you get close to the water, you get attacked by millions of little flea things. They were all over my legs.
Oh my gosh.
Willow started running.
Oh my gosh.
For safety.
Did
She left me behind.
So Ric is saying that it smells too once you get near the water. What do you think it is? It's probably the algae.
It smells like dead fish, but there's no fish.
Well, at least we could say we were here. It really is beautiful. The smell most likely is the algae, my guess. So I guess we move on. They must go sailing. I see all these sailboats, but we didn't see anybody out there. But I'm assuming because it's Monday and because it's so hot. But maybe once you're out there and you're moving, it's not so bad. Lots of trains. I remember as a kid hearing the trains in the distance. My dad was a longshoreman and he used to get coal, iron ore. Ric remembers my dad telling stories to us, take us kids as when we were little, down to the docks and see where he worked. It was pretty cool, I thought. He actually liked his job even though it was super difficult. He's got pictures with a big smile on his face. Anyway, I just remember the trains, and that's why I don't mind living near train tracks. I like the sound, it helps me sleep.